Hello and welcome to another session on subscription management. What we're going to cover today is the integration between Microsoft Dynamics project operations linked with Dynamics F&O. This will be linked, of course, through Lisa and the HARP business process, together with project management and also how we deal with project entitlements and project subscription management overall. So for this, we have a new dashboard here called Project Subscription Management, which is directly a part of the subscription management suite. And this form will show us basically all the projects linked to their respective customers, right? So here on the left hand side we can see that, for example, this customer here has 5 projects, while, for example, Maple Company has only 1 project subscription linked to it. Birch Company has another 2 project subscriptions, and so on and so forth. In our example today, we will be using Birch Company customer, right, with project subscription and project number 565. Now, if we click on this single entry here, this shows us, if we click on subscription plans, this will show us all the plans linked directly to that project. And in this case, we have only one subscription plan, which was created earlier through project operations, and this subscription plan here has one line with various project entitlements, as you can see down below. Now, the project entitlements down here below will be shown depending on the covered range. For example, here I have a 50-hour entitlement covering September, while I have a 100-hour entitlement covering October. As you can see, for example, for the month of October, I have already used 20 of those hours because the net amount is 80 instead of 100. Right, now, before we proceed further, I would like to show you the configuration linked to this tab right here, because unless we configure the amount of days within that configuration, we don't see any project entitlement lines here. Basically, if I switch my view to the configuration of program types and also the corresponding program type legal entity overrides, I can here see that if I scroll to my right hand side, for the program type I will be using, I have a project actions time fence of 120 days. That means that any entitlement within approximately 4 months of today will be listed in the earlier screen. If I change this to 60 days, for example, I will see just the initial 2 months. So depending on the parameter here, I will see the entitlement for the correct amount of months or days. Now let me go back to the project subscription management screen, where I can again select project number 565 and see the relevant subscription plans. And with that in mind, I can now observe again that the amount of hours I have left for the month of October is 80, right? Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to create some hour journals to consume these amount of hours, and we'll see the update happen accordingly, right? So I will keep this page open here. I will duplicate this tab so that we will go through the hour journal. Now, usually in a normal day-to-day practice, of course, the normal timesheet entries can be used instead of hour journals, and this will of course create the amount of hours, which then will be captured through project invoicing, and that will of course deduct the amount of entitlement. So if I switch here to an hour journal, just for this demonstration purposes, I can go ahead and create a journal line to consume an amount of hours. So let's go ahead and create a new journal. Our journal, I can go to my lines and add, let's say we can consume 20 hours here for that project. So I'm going to use today's date, which is 18th of October, that's perfect. Going to select project number 565 from the list. Managed services. I'm going to select the single activity that I have. That's fine. Let's select one resource. Managed services time sheet, and we can say that this was a 20-hour journal, right? So we can post this journal. So the journal has been posted, and if I go over back to my project itself, I can create an invoice proposal for that project and will invoice the amount of hours. Now if I switch back to my previous tab here, I have my project entitlements, right, and I refresh the page, we should be able to notice, let me go back to my subscription plan. We should be able to notice that as of yet, of course, the amount of hours has not been changed, and of course this is because we just posted the hour journal and not yet created or even posted any invoice proposals. Remember, the entitlements are officially deducted after the invoice proposal has been complete, right? So we'll go back to my projects up here. And if we go to select any pending transactions on this project, we should be able to see and we can go now to create a new invoice proposal, which will find for me the 20 hours we posted earlier, right? So I will select those hours, I will press OK. That's going to create my invoice proposal. So as you can see, my invoice proposal has now been created, right? And because this is still a pending invoice proposal, it's not yet posted. If I switch back to my dashboard, my project subscription management dashboard, I can now see that we have a pending hours of 20, which is coming, of course, from the project invoice proposal, which is still pending, and that shows us also the net amount 60, of course, which is 80 minus 20, because before this was 80. Okay, so now once we go ahead and post this invoice proposal, press OK, proposal will be posted. That has been posted. And if we refresh now this other page here, we'll realize that now the pending hours are no longer pending 20, but now the net amount has been successfully accepted as 60. Right? Down at the bottom, on the last tab, we see the relevant actions for this project entitlement up here, which is responsible for it basically. So for today's session, that will be all. Now for next session, we will also review how the exceeding hours column shows the hours which exceed the entitlement itself during an invoice proposal. Thank you for watching.